Nice. Let's go. All right. Just recorded an hour before this just for a regular episode, but kind of talked about the Andrew, obviously Prince Andrew's fucking retard ass, his dumbass getting arrested on his 66th birthday with, by six unmarked cars that came to the residence to do the arresting. So there's some 666 symbolism and numerology going on already. Other than that, I didn't really keep up with anything that was new or current. So I'm going to check. Let's check that real quick. All I know is that, obviously he doesn't even go by Prince Andrew anymore. It's something else. Forgot what it is already, but he was already thrown under the bus because he was the one that got compromised in the royal family for being a fucking retard and not staying low key about what goes on among these groups of people, especially the royal family, who still claims to not be involved, but they keep their shit under wraps. The dumbass Prince or ex Prince Andrew, who also fucked Prince Harry's, who's not part of the royal family either, but Harry's wife, Meghan Markle, that we are learning about now, given these really odd pictures of Meghan Markle and Prince Andrew together. I think a little bit back in the day, where she looks a little, she looks escort like. So that's a little weird. So I guess these family members in the royal family like fucking each other's wives and girls, maybe even like fucking each other. But Prince Andrew gets caught, obviously, and because he's the one that's compromised. He's the most vulnerable. He's the easiest one to compromise because he's flying out to chill with Epstein like they're friends. He's going to all the properties. He's a client. He's 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 not moving in a very secretive or he's not moving in any manner that will allow him to stay unknown and essentially invisible to the public regarding what he's doing. And well, that's why he got thrown out of the royal family in the first place. Paying Virginia Giuffre like 16 mil to not to to essentially not carry on with the case, to not testify, to keep her mouth shut, and then she still ends up dying. Literally 6 months ago, or late last year. That was weird. But he fucked himself with the amount of blackmail and his out in the open behavior that he operated in with Epstein and other people in that network. And so he's been known to be a fucking freak, and that's why he's not part of the royal family anymore. But with the newest dump, you get even more shit about him, especially pictures with him hovering over we don't know if they're underage or of age, but it's a female that has their identity redacted. But we have no clue if the female he's hovering over is of age or underage, and also if this female is even conscious or awake. So that didn't look too good either, given what we already know about him. And so not only was he excommunicated and thrown under the bus and kicked out, but he was arrested today on his 66th birthday by six unmarked vehicles that showed up. So that's weird. He was going to go down anyway, but if he dies, I'm sure he killed himself, right? Or he escapes like Jeff Epp, but this fucking retard that liked to have a very specific organization of teddy bears in his room. A grown man that used to be in the royal family, a prince, a fucking freak, fruity dude that plays with teddy bears and decorates his room with teddy bears. I don't know if he is as important or valuable as someone like Jeffrey Epstein that you would actually make an effort to help us, help escape, maybe even help hide, and make sure they stay alive and healthy. Prince Andrew's I don't think the royal family cares or anyone else cares what happens to him. So he might actually get whacked, and we'll see. We'll see. Or I don't know what they fucking do with these elites anymore. But he got taken in. So we'll see if this is actually going to carry on to more arrests or not. I know some other country arrested someone. I forget which it is. But this could just all be a show, like the Nancy Guthrie shit's a fucking spectacle too. Day 19 of trying to find a fucking 84-year-old woman uh, that you know using a story and a timeline that makes zero sense, and and it's involving a family and individuals in that family that just so happen to be involved in this file release as well. It's funny. I've already spoken about it. Don't need to go into it. Nancy Guthrie, bro, or Savannah Guthrie, what's up with your fucking husband, bro? He likes consulting for fucking weirdos. He might be one himself. So yeah, I don't know. Day 19, if that was any normie's grandma, mine, yours, whatever, there's a show called 48 Hours. They would have said, "Well, your fucking grandma is. I don't know if she's coming back. I don't even think she's alive." That's what they would tell you 2 days in. Cash Patel would come, maybe. Yeah, right. He would come, but that's the last person you want even around a case that you are personally involved in, especially one that is involving your family or someone close to you. The last person you want is that cross-eyed, stinky fuck who's so cucked that he has to live with another guy in Las Vegas while still using the label girlfriend for his honeypot uh, Jew that thinks she's a country singer. And we know her as Alexis Wilkins. And well, she's just as bad at country singing, and he as Erica Kirk is as at acting. So they're both handlers. Alexis Wilkins handles Cash Patel, and he can't even call her his wife. Can't even live with her. You get the girlfriend label, uh, and as as long as he stays cross-eyed and telling fucking lies and keeping propaganda, flooding the population in the minds of the citizens of the country, nothing goes wrong for him. But I don't even know. He definitely doesn't get the fuck. He doesn't even get to call her wife and doesn't get to live with her. He has to live with another dude. Cash Patel, you are a fucking stinky, cross-eyed cuck pussy. Cuck pussy. But yeah, he's getting handled by his country singing honeypot. And then you had good old Charlie was getting handled by someone that he at least got to call wife, probably got to hit a couple times, and played the DJ board on it for a little bit. But I mean, I don't even know if Erica Kirk liked dick, given all these Instagram pictures of women she comments on, and seems to be making remarks that are indicating a preference for women or a sexual attraction, and they give off a very lesbian-esque vibe from Erica Kirk. So it's funny because she looks just like JD Vance. Everyone thought they were fucking at first, but then you go, well, they look just like each other. Maybe they're like separated at birth, put through different cults, and mind controlled through different programs, and then brought back together. So maybe they didn't fuck, and maybe they're related, because that could be true too. And it's funny to think that Erica Kirk is likely a fucking dyke that's trying to eat people's fucking pussy on on Instagram. It's funny that that's Erica Kirk, and if she's related to JD Vance, I guess being a fruity same sex loving dipshit runs in the family, because we know that not only is the actual eyeliner on JD Vance, he puts that on to look real pretty so that so Daddy Palantir can come in and give him a good old pounding. Give him a good old Palantir pounding. That's hilarious if that's true. That's a funny story if not. I'm gonna go along with it being true until I'm proven false because, well, I think everyone deserves that right now. So I'm gonna go with Erica Kirk. Seems to be giving off very lesbian dykish vibes on uh, regarding the comments she's leaving on other females' Instagram pictures that are sexual and dykey. So we got Erica Kirk that looks like JD Vance. Maybe they were separated and mind controlled through different programs. So siblings brought back together to uh, take over, the stolen organization of TPUSA. And it turns out that not only were they siblings, but and put through similar mind control ritual abuse tactics, but it turns out they both ended up gay as well. I mean, you got Erica Kirk. I mean, let's see if I don't know if I screenshotted any of these. Just to give some reference about what she said. Did I not? Yeah, that's gay. I did not. Hold on. Try this profile. Well, that's sure annoying, isn't it? Maybe it was X. Let's try this. So yeah, I'm probably won't talk about Prince Andrew anymore, ex Prince Andrew, because I mean I think it's another psyop. Yeah, he just I don't even know why they're arresting him. They should literally they should have pulled up, put a fucking Glock to his head, and said, "Here, deep throat this. It's the last dick you're gonna suck." And yeah, that would have been a much better way to go about this. But now everyone's gonna be worrying about some dude that we knew was fucking doing weird shit, got kicked out by the royal family for doing shit that they do, but he was the one that was too open and vulnerable to blackmail. And instead of all of them getting exposed, they throw his goofy teddy bear loving ass under the bus. Okay, so here, look at this. All right, so here we have Erica Kirk here. So this is 389 weeks ago from whenever this was screenshotted. So she's been doing it for a while. So whoever Sid Stahl is on Instagram, SYD_STAHL, she is the one that Erica Kirk seems to be attracted to and sexually after. So Sid Stahl posts a picture and Erica Kirk goes, "Are you from the moon?" And this is in the comments. "Because your physique is out of this world." This is something that someone that went through MK Ultra in satanic ritual sexual abuse as they're growing up would comment on someone's picture trying to pick them up. "Are you from the moon? Because your physique is out of this world." Sid Stahl responds with an alien emoji. Miss Erica Kirk then comments, "All those curves and me with no brakes." And then on another picture, Erica says to her, my heart and this building have one thing in common: full occupancy with you in my life." She goes further, "I know the best restaurant in town, my place." She should have said my face. She then comments a third time on this same picture. "Hi, I live across the hall from you. You sure look pretty through the peephole." And then Sid Stahl comments to her and responds and goes, "Peephole," laughing emoji. Okay. Here's another one where Sid Stahl is on a tennis court doing the splits, and there's a picture being taken of her. Erica says, your court or mine?" Sid Stahl goes, "I'll show you my ace." Erica then says, "Good, because the whole world is about to witness it." Erica Kirk goes, "Are you Roger Federer's Are you Roger Federer's ground strokes? Because baby, you're so elegant. Here's another picture. Erica Kirk's commenting on cuff me or nah. Sid Stahl goes 5 years to life, but parole if you're on good behavior. Winky emoji. Erica responds, goes, good thing I submitted my application 6 years ago. Erica Kirk then comments again, your shirt looks a lot like my thoughts, tied up with you. And then comments again, baby girl, those long legs been running through my mind all day. These are crazy. So yeah, that's what Erica Kirk is commenting on another woman's Instagram, and her name is Sid Stahl, and this has been going on for 400 weeks. Real weird. And we all know JD Vance's fruity tendencies, given the eyeliner, and his essentially biggest donor and backing is the one that also literally gives him a backing into his asshole, called Peter Thiel, who is a known fag. Antichrist sermon giving person in the tech field. We all know Palantir, PayPal. Everyone knows who fucking Peter Thiel is, the guy that gets asked questions about his technology and his inventions literally being involved in the killings of innocent people and the surveillance of innocent people, not only in the US, but especially Gaza, in places where Israel is at war. This is the guy that every time he's asked something about it, he starts sounding like Walter Jr. in Breaking Bad. And he literally sounds like he sounds like he's coming, like he's literally jacking off and coming, and he makes a weird sound, and then he'll stutter like Walter Jr. from Breaking Bad. It's hilarious. And then a bunch of gibberish comes out of his mouth, and that happens with a lot of these tech fucking retards. Because like I said on the public episode I recorded before this, anyone that thinks that these people that come out of garages and work their asses off and created all these different companies and technologies that are the most influential and valuable and important right now in the world, regarding how they're going to shape the narrative and lead us into the world that is the ultimate goal for these technocrats and transhumanists. These weren't just kids working their asses off at Stanford, which is a CIA cutout essentially. These were fucking nepo babies that were put through the same programming that Erica Kirk and JD Vance went through, and have split personalities and are used as frontman and the faces of these companies that were created illegally with illegal dirty money by well, you can say government, but you can also say military contracting companies, DARPA, Raytheon, Boeing, blah 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 blah. You can say other entities involved in the 13 bloodlines. All these the Mormon family, DuPont, Monsanto. You know, there's entities, and these faces of the companies, these nepo babies, are bloodline related most likely and part of these groups. But in no way did these retards found any of these companies. And it's weird that all of these tech companies that come out of Palo Alto and Stanford seem to have all seem to all be all be funded and yeah, so I mean that's essentially what it is. It's funded, but I'm trying to word it in a different way, because this one character, this investor, this Jew, forget his name, weird fucking name like the rest of them. Just this one kept his name and didn't change it to something like BB, and all these fucking weird Jays do when they have real fucking weird, scaffoldine names. But there's this one individual that is like the core foundation of all the tech companies regarding how they got their start and how they were set on their trajectory to where they are now. And they all had this one common denominator, which is this guy putting the money behind these specific companies that are all now leading in all aspects and realms of their respected industry and are the most influential and valuable entities, businesses, tech that we have now. Uh, Even when there was competition at the beginning that he didn't fund, and these weren't the best at the beginning. There's other competition, but specific ones were propped up, funded, and uh, and pushed to the front line uh, regarding any competition. So that's weird. They didn't. These are nep. Okay, Amazon. Okay, if you guys think these people are fucking founding these companies, you literally you need to either stop getting boosted or stop drinking the fluoride water, or stop swimming around in rainwater after they sprayed the clouds with chemtrails. Stop doing that. Stop getting boosted because a fucking the Downies are starting to have a little bit more logic than uh, people that believe something like that. You know, you think Elon, dude, the guy that's saying which day is gonna be the wildest party. The dude that can't even get invited to a sexual blackmail party is the founder of like what, 7 Fortune 500s. All of them, I mean, ranging ranging through how many different industries: space, military contracting, uh, uh, construction with the boring underground tunneling system, uh, automobiles, AI. Yeah, this guy founded all of that. That's hilarious. He has he also. I mean, the only thing he's founded to that degree are fucking like 17 kids that are all like test tube fucking mutants. One of them once, I'm pretty sure one of them chopped its dick off. It might still have that thing intact, but um, yeah, one of them turned into that. It's probably going to shoot something up later on, give it a couple years, and then take its own life after it's done wrecking havoc on whatever place they shoot up. Uh, but he has a tranny kid that excommunicated Elon, which is hilarious, but they will probably excommunicate some kids later on in their life and then themselves because that's what that community loves to do. So that's one of Elon's kids. And then he has about 15 others that we don't even know what they look like. They probably look like fucking, they probably just look like, uh, you know, little salamanders, or just little fucking mutants just running around with like one eye and fucking or 7 years, whatever the fuck he created in a fucking test tube. And then you got one that seems to be actually that was conceived and birthed. So it had a natural, regular birth and was conceived naturally, which is the only kid we know what he looks like, which is X, and the only one that he cares to bring around or even show any attention to. So I'm sure, if you think he founded all those companies, okay, you're a retard. You're a retard. Um, you have the IQ of a fucking bug. Like the only thing the guy is founding is literally a daycare with all of his disgusting mutants that he's created in a test tube with the mutants he mates with. But he didn't found shit, dude. He's the face of it. He's the face of it. And we all know his grandpa was essentially like one of the founders of the technocrat ideology. Emerald Miner as well. We know Errol Musk is a fucking freak, but he tells more truth than Elon. Errol Musk is just like Woody Allen like in the sense that I think they both married their stepdaughters, which is crazy. Crazy. They literally say that they get mad when there's not enough blacks or retards or fucking Indians in a movie or a film, but they literally marry their stepdaughters. So these people should be fucking hung. Yeah, and we know his mom, she wants to proclaim that they're Christian and they're all about love. No, she's got a cult witch written all over her. Now, Elon, I mean, come on, PayPal, and then everything he's involved with now, a free speech absolutist, but I can't fucking say faggot retard to someone in the comments or even tweet it without getting, you know, essentially shadow banned. They don't show it to as many people. They don't allow it to be boosted. They demonetize you if you're making money. But you can literally post your I mean, well, the Goyim can be called Goyim all day by the fucking kikes, funny enough. And Howard Lutnick can sit behind Trump and laugh as Trump brings up sex trafficking and Epstein as if like it's a joke to mock. And he laughs. I don't know if he's actually just laughing to our faces because what are we gonna do? Or is he laughing out of being nervous or uncomfortable with what's to come? Because you go on your little interview on television right after the files come out, where clearly Lutnick's got a business, like in obviously signing contracts in business with Epstein, but apparently he met him one time with his wife, and Epstein said something weird about massages. And that was too gross for Lutnick and his wife, and he never saw him again. But they had a business together. They lived next to each other. Funny enough, each of their houses, it was Jeffrey Epstein was 9, and I think their townhouses. So the address of Jeffrey's was 9 East, whatever street it was. So Jeffrey had 9, the number 9 house regarding the address, and Lutnick had 11, and they were neighbors. So it was like 911 so and so street for their addresses when they lived right next to each other. That's a little weird. Remember, Lutnick had never missed a day of work, and he was one of the survivors. But he's a Lutnick. He's a Lutnick. He's God's chosen people. God told him that he had to take his son to kindergarten from the first time he's ever that day that the towers were dustified with a DEW on the same day that also a hurricane was supposed to hit New York that got steered away by whatever fucking black magic technology was used to do that. So a bunch of weird shit happened that day, but Lutnick happened to, for the first time ever, especially, the first time documented, the first time that he will admit, he decided to take his kid to kindergarten, his son, to get, class that day, kindergarten. Something he's never done and something the men don't do. Where is his fucking dumb wife? Where's his dumb wife? Probably being really loud somewhere with her other loud kike friends, getting her nose redone. But he didn't show up because that's what he did that day. Just like the owner of the buildings had a dentist appointment. It's crazy. Where's the dentist appointment? Jeffrey Epstein's house? Because that motherfucker seems to be if not a dentist himself, he seems to be running what looks to be a private dentist operation. So where the guy that, and I forget his name, the guy that put the terrorist attack into the insurance 2 weeks before, didn't show up on this day because he went to the dentist. What was he doing? Was he at the dentist at Epstein's house? Ripping the teeth out of young kids so they can't bite their dick when they're sucking, or what were they doing? I don't know. What dentist you go to, you fucking scumbag. But to get back to Lutnick, you see him laughing in the background. I don't know if it's nervousness or out of mockery and spite of us Goyim, but it's always he's laughing in response to something heinous being brought up that people are calling a hoax, but it's completely true. He says one time he met Epstein, massage got brought up, and he said, that's gross. Well, why do you have contracts with the dude with your signature and his in business together? You live next to each other. Your guys' addresses read out as neighbors, 911 so-and-so street. So that's funny. So I just want to know what Lutnick's laughing about, because I have some other videos here of him as well that he's crying the day after 9/11, and he says, I have to take care of 700 families. 700 families. I mean, should we watch it? Because this is Lutnick right here, actually. Might as well just watch him. So this is the guy that's laughing, and he's laughing about the crimes of Jeffrey Epstein being brought up, and people like Trump, who he seems to be either the handler for or, I mean, working with. But every time it gets brought up and Trump says it's a hoax or makes some joke about it, it's real funny to Howard Lutnick. Real funny to Howard Lutnick, his business partner, who's still alive. It's real funny that like he was fucking kids, arguably eating them, dismembering them, sacrificing them. It's real funny to Howard Lutnick, and who lies about not being in business with his old neighbor Jeffrey Epstein. And so let's watch how he acted after 9/11, on which he lost 700 people in his department that he operated, never missed a day except for the day on 9/11 when he had to take his little rat fuck kid to kindergarten class. So let's watch how he acted. Let's see if this is funny.
Like 700 families.
Oh shit, I put it on the wrong. All right. Where's the remote? Where did I put it? God damn it. Where I put that motherfucker? What the fuck? Oh, right here. All right. Here's Howard Lutnick. Ladies and gentlemen.
Families. 700 families. I had 700 families. I can't say it. I can't say it. I'm crying. Like 700 families. 700 families.
So that's Howard Lutnick right there. The day after days after 9/11 happened, he's on here crying about this, but he laughs about kids being trafficked and killed and sacrificed. So let's watch another one of them. Here he is again, talking about how the insurance payout divided by 700 people only comes out to like what, $33,000 or $50,000, and it's not enough. And as the Jew he is, as the fucking pussy rat fuck tunnel rat he is, he starts crying. And the retard Goyim believe he's crying out of sympathy and guilt and compassion for the families that lost loved ones on that day who worked for him. They think he's crying out of compassion and sympathy for them. He's crying because the amount of money that he will be paid in the insurance uh, claim and the payout is not enough. Like the Jew tunnel rat he is. Let's watch.
And that added $35 million to that group upstairs. But the sad thing is, $35 million sounds like so much money. But if you divide it by 700 people, it's only $50,000. It's not enough to. So that's why we need to work on our foundation. And so that added.
It's not enough. If you get $35 million, if you divide that by 700 people, it's only $50,000, and this is not enough. That's why we need to start a foundation where we traffic kids now, and we can make more money by selling them. Fucking piece of shit. So yeah, that is Howard Lutnick, who thinks. I mean, apparently it's real funny to like laugh when things are getting brought up. At press conferences and things like that. So that's Howard Lutnick for you. So trust that guy, I guess. We should trust that guy, right? Just like we should trust Mike Huckabee and people like that as well, right? Shit. Let me go. So yeah, I mean these are the people that are involved, and no arrest yet. Why hasn't Bill Gates been arrested and taken into custody? Why hasn't uh, Hillary Clinton? I know she's testifying, or Bill. I know they're testifying. Okay, what about Huma Abedin? Anthony Weiner already did his fucking time. That fucking freak. Anthony Weiner, you wanna make sure you stay out of jail. Let's get that insurance policy folder, please, brought up, please, from the laptop. And then maybe we should go through Hunter's laptop again, maybe, and see what's going on with that and why he's got a Finger Lakes tattoo on his back. And I'm pretty sure the Biden family has also a small island near Little St. James. Let's look into that. Let's get arresting some of these people, not only for whatever those alleged crimes or trafficking allegations might be, but for the barisma and the laundering that happened. Why aren't these people why is Marina Abramovic allowed to go on a podcast and bitch about not being able to go out in public because of her reputation now, which she calls rumors? You should literally be stoned. Marina Abramovic, the witch, the literal manifestation of a cartoon, a literal manifestation of a fairy tale, like a dark fairy tale witch, disgusting, depraved creature is what Marina Abramovic has morphed into, given what she's engaged in her life, and now people can see her for what she really is. And Marina Abramovic should not even be allowed in the United States. She shouldn't even be allowed to leave her house without catching a fucking stone the size of a palm to her forehead. She's upset because Marina Abramovic is upset. She can't go out in public anymore because of what people know. Well, yeah, maybe you. I mean, that should be that's like lenient of everyone. That's lenient of our country to let you even walk around in public. You should be honored and lucky that it's only words that are being thrown at you and not fucking boulders, because that's what you deserve. Marina Abramovic should be put in a she should be put in a barrel of fucking acid and melted away like like the witch in Wizard of Oz. That's what she deserves. Marina Abramovic deserves nothing but hell. Your art, yeah, that's really dope art. That's really, really dope art. Yeah, I can't go out in public. I can't believe you thought you could go out in public. You fucking cunt. Marina Abramovic, Jesus, I can't. You have the audacity. Whoever even had her on that podcast to talk about that you're a fucking faggot. Alex Karp too has been wilding. We're gonna get to him because he is on some shit. Alex Karp also, that human Q-tip should be. He kind of looks like a match too. He should be lit like a match. He should literally be set on fire like a match. Alex Karp, and just disgusting creature he is as well. That's what we got. Holy shit. All right, here I get some fun things. Let's bring some of this shit back up because now we got some funny shit now. All right, so that's Lutnick. All right, let's go with damn. All right, where to start? All right, actually, let's bring up this Rob Reiner shit real quick because I just want to, I'm not saying that what Nick Reiner did was good or deserved or it should have been the reaction of whatever happened to him. But let me say, Rob Reiner had an interesting roast where his buddies in comedy said some very interesting things about him that if jokes were made about this to me or anyone else, I think for that matter, as jokes that weren't real, I would not see it as a joke. I'd see it as like a threat of violence to be roasted and hit with jokes about me that people, my friends, are coming up with. This is funny to Rob Reiner and his friends and the people in the audience at the 2000 roast of Rob Reiner. So let's listen to what the jokes and roast are about Rob Reiner. That's little odd, and you wonder why you might have got stabbed fucking 100 times, and then the mom too, because well, just like isn't the mom supposed to protect the kids, and what you allowed whatever happened to happen? Was it Rob Reiner kissing Nick when he was fucking on the lips, touching his butt and shit, like Michael Jordan and that kid in the fucking NASCAR shit? That was weird. But let's watch this roast by Rob Reiner because I mean, it's pretty interesting.
And Rob has always been compared to the great directors, always. When he directed me and all the great cast and Harry and Sally, they compared him to Woody. When he did Misery, they compared it to Brian De Palma and Alfred Hitchcock. When he began working closely with children, they compared him to Woody. But what I respect most about Rob is his deep, almost suspicious love for kids, and he freely gives them his time, his money, whatever it takes to get them into the van. But revenge. Do his work for kids.
Typical night, Carl would slip into Rob's bed, roll him over, swab him down, and say something like, "I'm thinking about hiring Maury Amsterdam to play Buddy Sorrell. What do you think?" Well, the success of the Dick Van Dyke Show changed things dramatically. Carl started inviting many of his famous friends to Son. And that list includes some of the greats in comedy. Paul Lynde. Dom DeLuise. Rip Taylor. Danny Kaye. Charles Nelson Riley and Rock Hudson, whom I frankly don't think was that funny.
That is really funny, right? That's so funny. Is that not funny? Is that not hilarious? That roast that guy just told Rob Reiner that one of the roasts and jokes out of all of them that are disgusting. I guess it's I think so Rob Reiner thinks it's funny that a guy just made a joke in a roast where he said Rob Reiner would invite over comedians to fuck his kid. The one that is responsible for stabbing this fat fuck over 100 times, and like that's violent, brutal, and I don't know, but you don't just do something like that unless something was done to you. Given Rob Reiner's background, I don't give a fuck what movies you wrote. How many of the kids on fucking Stand By Me did you fuck in the ass, Rob? You fat fuck, egg looking piece of shit. And I hate to say that because he's dead, but I'm sure his kid would like to be dead too, or wish, if that joke is real. That's a funny joke, dude. Okay, so I mean, let's say it's not real. That's a really funny joke. Whoever the fuck that comedian was, to say Rob Reiner used to have people over, other comedians, to fuck his son. That's hilarious, dude. That is hit. Oh my, that's so funny. I'd cackle if someone said that about me as a joke in a roast. I'd cackle after I strangled them for saying like why that's a funny thing to you, Rob, that someone just said that. That's hilarious. I wonder what your kid thought about it. So that's Rob Reiner, and you wonder why people get stabbed 100 times, 150 times out of nowhere because he is a schizo drug addict. Why was he that though? I don't understand. Was he a schizo or a split personality, little mind controlled sex slave that you kind of pimped out and kissed on the lips when you're younger and did weird shit to him? I don't know. Also you're a staple of old Hollywood and in that whole industry and that culture, and we know what that culture is made of now. And there's no noble pillar of Hollywood. If you're a pillar in Hollywood, you're a pillar of disgusting, depraved shit that Epstein was up to. That's all I'm saying. Maybe it's good you got stabbed 100 times before this came out, because I'm sure you were in the I'm sure you were an acquaintance of a lot of these people that have now been exposed in the recent revelations, let's say. So I mean, that is what do you even I mean I can't believe. Go back to YouTube real quick. Let's see. So that was what else? I wanted to go through some other clips real quick. Maybe not. Oh yeah, we're gonna watch Alex. Should we watch some Alex Carp? This guy is insane. All right. All right, so let's watch, before we go into anything else, let's watch some Alex Carp, the co-founder, and I think he might be CEO, I believe, of Palantir at the moment. So another face that they tell you is really smart, and but if you've ever watched him behave and just act without being told what he does, and just sit down and actually watch him for more than a minute in a meeting, in a lecture he's giving, or even like in an interview that they do at his office where he has a samurai sword and he's fucking swinging it around in front of a hot reporter that he thinks he looks dope in front of, but he's a fucking retard. These people, I'm sure they're the smartest people in the world, and we're going to allow them to run the most important, influential companies that humans have ever been in charge of. We're gonna let Alex Karp, the dude that you'll see how he acts. The dude that acts like what I'm about to show you, and the dude that thinks it's fucking dope. When a hot interviewer comes to ask you about your business that you know nothing about because you're just the face, you think it's a dope alpha thing to pull out a samurai sword and start swinging it around, and in a way that doesn't even look like it's supposed to be swung. And I mean, you think he thinks it's dope, but her pussy is shriveling after seeing this. And he's just a objectively ugly person. Like he's like, I mean, he's not as ugly as like Ilhan Omar in the Somali look, but he is a objectively ugly fuck. But let's watch. This is Alex Karp. This is how he thinks. This is how he acts, and it's normal to him, I guess. So this guy is who's running Palantir. This guy is, co-founder with Peter Thiel, surveilling citizens at this point with Palantir, who just had a hack. My bad, shit, bug. Palantir just had a massive hack in the database. Well, I'll go over that after. So, I mean, that's all fucked up. Their shares going down. But you know what? It's Israel's essentially baby. It's almost like the promise software of Maxwell, if you've ever heard about that. Can't go into that now. Go read Whitney Weber. Just go research promise software scandal. This is essentially connected, if not like the sequel to that. This is the guy right here that's running this, supposed to be running this company, founded this company. This is how he acts. And he's not only getting hacked, his company, but is using his company to not only surveil, people in countries that we're decimating with our weapons as a test, but he's using those test runs and that research to bring it and use it in, well, the country we live in, the United States, and to surveil you and to say it's for your own safety because of fucking immigrants and whatnot. And then so we all will be the next surveilled victims of Palantir and this uh, inevitable surveillance state they're moving towards that will be headed by a digital currency and a digital ID and a surveillance system. Um, all usually run by AI. And well, this is who's running it.
Decisions when we began talking and knowing each other 10 years ago. Hopefully, I'm knowing you as much as 10 years ago, or more. When I made you know this, every decision Palantir made, FTEs, going public, building products, enterprise, large data sets, going to government, acknowledging American superiority, being pro-meritocracy, launching an AI platform, calling into question that AI models would actually be able to perform without orchestration. Every single one, our ontology, every single one of those was viewed as stupid. Our decisions when we began talking and knowing each other 10 years ago.
It doesn't look normal. I don't know if you're supposed to be acting like that, bro. You sit the fuck down, dude. Chill out. He looks like he's about to bomb he looks like he's about to bomb people in the crowd like they're Gaza because they said he was full of shit, which he is. Look at him. They got him under some type of fucking shit, dude, acting like that. That's not normal. Here, we have one more real quick. All right. So this looks like a shareholder meeting or some type of meeting with executives. So here.
Alex, as always, we have a lot of individual investors on the line. Is there anything that
We're doing it. We're doing it. And I'm sure you're enjoying this as much as I am. Let's not talk to analysts about the burden of being right. Our burdens of investing in ontology, our burdens of actually looking at the math, the burden of reading what the rule of 40 is, the burden of being honest about what an enterprise software company is, or the burden of explaining to your friends that you're really happy. Maybe we should just stop talking about it. I'm very happy to have you along for the journey, and you are partners for us. Every Palantirian, we are crushing it. Everyone else who's listening, we are dedicating our company. We've dedicated our company to the service of the West and the United States of America, and we're super proud of the role we play, especially in places we can't talk about. And we love our success in the U.S. and globally. Also, we are doing it in the United Kingdom and many other places. Palantir is here to disrupt and make the institutions we partner with the very best in the world, and when it's necessary, to scare our enemies and on occasion kill them. And
Jesus.
we hope you're in favor of that. We hope you're enjoying being a partner, and we're really happy and very, very focused on what we're doing. Thank you for your time.
All right. So that is crazy behavior, dude. I'm telling you. So that Zionist and Peter Thiel, his co-founder of this company, Palantir, is loyal to our greatest ally before they are loyal to the United States, which is a occupied Zionist Jewish state anyway. So it doesn't really matter at this point who they're loyal to because we do what we're told. We follow anything completely that they command or they carry out, because not only are we their greatest ally and have to and are compromised through blackmail and whatnot across all industries and hierarchies of power that were attained in this country, but not, it's so deep now with this infiltration and allyship that we have, that we're occupied by their uh, their people, their Zionists that they've infiltrated. They're here, and so whether or not we're blackmailed or you know whatnot, no matter if we're blackmailed or not, dude, we are now being run and infiltrated so deeply that they are running the you know they are running the institutions, the departments, the branches of government that have all the say anyway. They are in control of the money, the media at this point. So, and the weather. Huh. Remember that conspiracy? Weird. Um, so that is Alex Karp. He behaves real well, right? I mean, he can't sit down. He gets excited about talking about what they can do with their company Palantir, and it has really nothing to do with making anyone safer. It has everything to do with making everyone more vulnerable, uh, more surveilled, less uh, access to privacy. And like he said, if they have to, they will use it to kill. They don't give a fuck. And this is he said they're enemies. He's not saying another country. He's not saying Gaza or the Middle East. He's saying our enemies. Well, if you are any type of critical thinker or sovereign individual, if you believe you have your own rights, unless you're an NPC compliant vaxxed retard, um, you inevitably are a enemy of a surveillance state if you've ever read a fucking book. And if you're not, then you're an enemy of your own fellow people, or you're just too fucking retarded from the fucking, heavy metals shot into your bloodstream and going down your fucking gullet through your food and your water and getting inhaled through the chemtrails that you fucking suck in like a bong rip every day, thinking it's chill. So, if you're not an enemy of a surveillance, digital currency, digital ID state, you are either a fucking NPC robot that has had so many heavy metals shot into their bloodstream that you've turned into essentially a something resembling a bug when it comes to how you're able to think and make decisions. So you have the IQ of a bug, and I mean, you'll probably eat bugs and enjoy it, and you're okay with owning nothing, and you're okay with the surveillance because you're okay with less responsibility, less freedom, as long as you get more convenience, more comfort. And so, yeah, I mean, you probably like watching sports to the degree that you are wearing another dude's name on your back like a faggot. So yeah, that's that's my opinion on that. If you want to support that, that's okay. I mean, go put some money in their stock. I don't know. I thought that was chill not too long ago. I was like, if they're gonna fucking blow everyone up, they're gonna be surveilling, they're gonna be our big brother. Might as well put money into them. And I go, well, no, actually not, because that guy right there, giving him money is I'd rather literally get okay, yeah. I'd rather give Hitler fucking funds. I'd rather invest in Hitler. Sorry. And that guy's a fucking scumbag Jewish spy anyways, it looks like. I would yeah, I mean I would literally rather I'd rather literally chill with Stephen Hawking. I'd literally rather chill with Stephen Hawking on the island than give Alex Karp a fucking dime of my money. Because then at least I get to see how the fuck Stephen Hawking was able to even touch anyone with a finger. I want to. I mean, like, I'm pretty sure in order for Stephen Hawking to have assaulted or abused anyone on the island, the girls he abused had to be abused into essentially abusing themselves with Stephen Hawking. He's like a tool. I mean, I don't know how they did it. You must have had to like abused these girls to the point to where they saw Stephen Hawking as like a dildo in which they did not want to touch or use. And through whatever the fuck, abuse they went through from any non quadriplegic or gimp disgusting puddle of water that Stephen Hawking is. Whoever was doing the abuse on these girls must have did so much shit to the point where they used Stephen Hawking as a sex toy that they didn't want to use and raped themselves with it. As he moaned why he's, coming up with gibberish on his little computer that said was able to translate anything that he said. He's a fucking literal dead spider, cannot say anything, even think anything, essentially is useless as a puddle of water or as useless as Lizzo's pussy. People bought this guy's book and said, this guy's going to teach me about black holes. The only black hole that guy knows about is is the midget's asshole that he was, allowed to play with on the island. And he might know some other black holes, maybe the trap door that they threw him down to scuba dive in on the island. That's another black hole he probably knew about. Then he knew about black midgets' assholes. That's the closest thing to a black hole that stupid fuck Stephen retard Hawkins knew about. The only black hole that he knew about was that. He knew what? What's up? I mean, fucking God, dude, guy's a dumbass. Look at him, dude. ALS. No one lives this long. Look at that grotesque he was. And they're like, this guy's gonna be the face of fucking modern physics and uh, astronomy. You're gonna let Stephen Hawking, a guy that's drooling out of his mouth, playing with a fucking, essentially a little, a fucking digital typewriter that is incoherent. You're gonna listen to that guy about modern astrology or astronomy and physics. The guy is literally, his body is the opposite inversion of like natural physics. He's like the reincarnation of like a fucking mutant child born out of, something like Rosemary's Baby. Stephen Hawking deserved nothing less than getting rolled into, a cage with, a cage with fucking chimpanzees to rip his fucking, disgusting body apart. The chimps probably would have took a bite out of him and threw up. It would have been like a tainted fucking, it would have been like mold in your food. I mean, he probably would have gave them a fucking disease. He was fucked up and people were going, this guy knows black holes. Okay. No, he knows nothing. Stephen Hawking's also the guy that tells you God's not real and goes, well, he gave you ALS and now you're a fucking gimp retard and look like that. Your wife hates you. You are essentially a fucking, a spectacle to view. Fucking drool over yourself, you fucking puddle of water, Stephen Hawking. Fucking look like a spider when you hit it with your fucking crock. But yeah, so let's go to this. Let me go to my channel. Damn, I thought we'd be live right now, are we not? Oh yeah, we are. It's just not showing. All right, what about Twitter? We good? Yeah, we good. All right, no one's watching now, I don't think, but whatever. All right, all right, let's go. So to get back to Alec Karp real quick, let's go and look at this fucking Palantir. This Palantir hack that happened just like a couple days ago. All right, so let's see. What is It was posted by .com. I don't see it. Give me a second. Let's see. Wow, did he delete it or what? Hold on. So it was Kim.com who posted it. This is really weird though that it looks like, did he delete it? Because that's okay, so this is weird. I don't here. Ah, shit. Okay, so this guy, so where's this is so annoying. So, okay, so Kim.com must have had his post taken down or he deleted it, but okay, what's this? Okay, so, this is, all right, so hold on. Okay, so okay, I'll read the hack, but look at Grok's little faggot ass, dude. Look at Grok, where's this coming from? I'll share my screen right now. All right, so so Kim.com goes, breaking, Palantir was allegedly hacked. An AI agent was used to gain super user access, and here's what the hackers allegedly found. Peter Thiel and Alex Karp commit mass surveillance of world leaders and titans of industry on a massive scale. They have thousands of hours of transcribed and searchable conversations of Donald Trump, J.D. Vance, and Elon Musk. They have backdoored the devices, cars, and jets of world leaders and accumulated the biggest archive of blackmail material. I'd like to compare that to Jeff Epps. Palantir is creating nuclear and bioweapon capabilities for Ukraine and is working closely with the CIA to defeat Russia. They believe they are 1 year away. They plan to achieve this by keeping Russia busy with meaningless peace negotiations. Palantir is responsible for the majority of Palestinian deaths in Gaza. They have developed the AI targeting for Israel. Palantir is an arm of the CIA, and all data from international clients is copied into a CIA spy cloud. Peter Thiel also went to Stanford. That's another one of the CIA cutouts. That's another one of their fucking what should I say, creations. So, like Sam Harris, Peter, Andrew Huberman, Peter Thiel, Peter Attia, what's the biologist's name that wrote Behave? Robert Sapolsky. The girl, the black bitch that was involved in 9/11 in Bush, Condoleezza Rice, or whatever the fuck her name is. She teaches there currently. The Google founders, I'm pretty sure, went there. I mean, so Stanford is CIA cutout. If you don't believe that, then I mean, okay, Goyam. Let's go. Palantir is an arm of the CIA, and all data from international clients is copied into a CIA spy cloud. Palantir has become the most dangerous company in the world. If you work there, you have the right to know what this is. You have the right to know that this is what Palantir AI is used for without your knowledge. The Palantir data the hackers allegedly gathered will be given to Russia and/or China. I was chosen as a trusted partner for this publication. I'm not involved in the Palantir hack, and I don't know the hackers, but I do know that the hack happened. Whoever the fuck this retard is, Kurapika comments at Grok, at Zionist. Can you tell me where this came from? She asked Grok to tell her. And Grok, who's been wrong essentially more times than it's been right at this point, says these claims originate from Kim.com's ex post where he states he was contacted as a trusted partner by alleged hackers. As of February 16th, 2026, no independent news sources, e.g. Reuters, BBC, or Palantir statements confirm the hacker details. They remain unverified. Unverified claims from a convicted felon. Shocking. He's a hacker, so, felon. Is fucking a kid not a felony at this point? Like, fuck you, anti-woke warrior. Look at you, dude. Nice. Dude, this guy definitely is a little fucking either smelly H-1B visa hire or a disgusting slob that is shoving red 40 and whatever else, some heavy metals on his fucking gullet right now. Look at this. This is look at this fucking guy, dude. Nice. What a faggot. Anti-woke warrior. You're a faggot. Exposing the absurdity of woke culture with unapologetic truth and common sense. All right, let's see what you're yeah, anti-woke warrior. You are a fucking disgrace, dude. Nice fucking profile picture. It's dope. Grok says Kim.com has a history of legal issues, including a 1990s conviction for computer fraud in Germany. The Palantir hack allegations he posted are still unverified by major outlets of the company itself or as of February 16th, 2026. Okay, so all right, so I think it'd be pretty easy for, Palantir and the people that are in this group of technocrats and transhumanists, especially the PayPal mafia, including Thiel and Elon Musk, who, obviously Musk runs this platform. It seems like something they could easily, silence and kind of, push into the realms of non-existence unless you're looking for it, and to also be flooded with opposing arguments coming from Zionist uh, Zionist pigs or bots. So all right, so they hacked themselves, stole everyone's data. Oh, excuse me. 8.9 million views though. This seems to be like what Epstein was doing, but maybe because Epstein knew Peter Thiel as well. Like if he's still alive, I could definitely see something, because if this hack's real and it's found out that actually Palantir has the largest coalition and total amount of blackmail material than any other entity or group or person in the world, then that means Palantir surpasses even Epstein, which means that, well, Epstein even knew these big time players in the tech industry, especially Palantir, I don't think it's far fetched to say that, given they did have a connection and did know each other and had meetings and were kind of working towards the same goal, yeah, I honestly think you fake you fake a death, you escape wherever the fuck the New York jail, and Epstein plays his part in the blackmail that he was able to carry out, that he adopted from Maxwell, and move all of the shit in blackmail material and all the techniques and everything else that he had in his network into this new digital realm of blackmail material and means of acquiring the blackmail, which would be through Palantir and data and hacking and digital. It's all going to be digital, which is where everything's going. If you are, well, paying any attention, digital ID, digital currency, digital, like everything's digital. Everything's AI, everything's self-driving, everything's so maybe Epstein's death and all this demise and takedown was planned in order to move all the material and data and blackmail he had into this digital system, Palantir, and then to start using Palantir in this much greater means of acquiring blackmail and information, uh, and use that and essentially do everything Jeffrey Epstein was doing, but without having to do the physical parties, the risk taking, filming, photography, and also just the whole, and to also bypass the amount of energy that goes into like maintaining and even creating a network is big and vast and deep that like the one Jeffrey Epstein created. And that when you put it all on a digital when you put it all on a digital platform, and it has the same capabilities to carry out the blackmail mechanisms and techniques and data um, data acquirement techniques as well, like Jeffrey Epstein was doing, and also all the intelligence operations that Jeffrey Epstein was a part of, military operations as well. When you can put that all in one platform, one digital entity, and carry out everything that Epstein was doing, but without having to do anything as the person and carry it out with whatever technology you're able to use, like Palantir, that allows you to do what Epstein did in decades, in years, maybe even months, and progresses things way faster. So maybe Epstein's operation is not stopping, and yeah, they might have helped him escape and are still currently working with him. But now they're not going to operate in the realm of the physical human interactions to acquire all this data and blackmail and intelligence that takes so much time and energy to cultivate. Now it will be done through the surveillance state, Palantir, crypto, Bitcoin, digital currency, and a digital ID. So that would be crazy. That might actually be, I mean, if that blackmail statement is true. So. I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I mean, there's no mainstream news that we're okay. So, like, I guess we'll see if it makes mainstream. This guy's saying there are several U.S. regulations that could require Palantir to notify the government of a data breach or hack, depending on the circumstances. Have they ever followed the rules? What do you think Epstein was originally in the U.S. to do in 1993 when Clinton took power and became president? What was Epstein really there to do when he first started visiting? 1993, when Bill Clinton became president, and came 17 times in just only 2 years after that. Well, that's when the money started going missing. So where'd all that laundered money that went missing regarding Jeffrey Epstein's visits to the White House starting in 1993 go? Who has it? Because it's not missing. It must have went somewhere or funded research or funded something. And so this guy goes, there's got to be regulations that the government has to put on Palantir to notify, a data breach or hack. Since when? I mean, the CIA and the intelligence didn't notify anyone when they knew that it wasn't a breach or hack, but when they knew that the Twin Towers were going to get fucking railed and destified. I mean, SEC requirements. Like, these people give a fuck. All right, well. Yeah, we'll see. I mean, we'll just have to wait and see what happens to this. All right, let's move on. I don't want to get shit. All right. All right. What nah? Let's see. Oh, I mean, I can go over these quick because I, got the time. Got a time subscription somehow. And then my parents just give me and send me all the Time articles that they're gonna stay subscribed to. I guess they're okay with paying for it, and I've been collecting them for a while, but it's just it's just funny how these things what these things say and what they don't say. It's just like, I don't know. It's quite funny to see over time and to see how fast things change through like these fucking retards at time. But they have a specific duty and a specific role to play in everything that's going on. I think the accelerationism. So these are the two articles that they did in February. So one February 9th, 2026. Back to the Moon. Artemis 2 astronauts will travel farther than any humans have before, by Jeffrey Kluger. Okay, so that one will be fun because all you have to do is travel past. I mean, if you got to the moon, fucked. I mean, if you get farther than where Katy Perry, Jeff Bezos' tranny wife, and that black got, then you probably are gonna be the people that travel farther than anyone else, to be honest. I mean, those people. I mean, the farthest we've gone up as humans is probably fucking Katy Perry, that black, and Jeff Bezos' RoboCop wife, or whatever the fuck that thing is. And then the other one from the 23rd of February, Leading Minneapolis, by Julia Taruso. The Siege of an American City. The Siege of a Somalian City. The Siege of a voodoo fucking practicing third world the siege of a voodoo run country taken over by violent Somalis, who are also run by a Chinese spy, a brother fucking Somali, and a fag who knelt down at George Floyd's casket to cry and have snot run down his COVID mask onto, as if he knew George Floyd. George Floyd, the porn star, the addict, the wife beater. I can't breathe. How can you talk? Hey, I'm joking. It's all jokes. Don't worry about it. This is a comedy podcast. We're very woke. Get your boosters. Stay 6 feet apart. Do what you're told. So let's go with let's just see what this moon one says real quick. I want to skim through these. go. All right. Look at these fucking actors. Look at these astronauts. Look at these fucking Hollywood fucking actors, bro. They're gonna go and lie and tell their families and their kids and everyone they know that they went to the fucking moon. And they went and fucking to a Hollywood set and fucking we'll have to live with that for the rest of their lives and know in the back of their mind that they're playing a fucking they're engaging in theater and that, they're so gay that they're down to take the credit for oh my god. Oh my god. Yeah, okay. These people are worthless. I got a female one though. That'll be good. Let's see. We got DEI covered. Yeah, we got a black, and then we got a white straight male. He might be gay. One of these white males is probably gay, and then we have a white woman. It's not as DEI as you would want, but humanity has changed an awful lot in the past 58 years. The moon, not so much. Oh, really? Let's see. It was 1968 that astronauts first drew near the moon, and it will be early this year if all goes well, if all goes planned, that a crew will return representing a species with gadgets and abilities, and yes, problems that didn't exist that half a century plus ago. Yeah, already typos that didn't exist half a century plus ago. Yeah, we definitely have new problems. We need to bring our gadgets and our abilities to the moon to solve the problem of what a woman and a dude is, and we should probably understand. We got to go up there and figure out what a dick and a vagina is, and the ability to birth and things like that. We're gonna also go there to learn the full language and realm of the fluid nature of pronouns and gender. Okay, and that was in 1968. Remember, and then the next year they used mind control to create cults like Charles Manson to, literally kill, people. Whenever the cue is set off, even if it's Sharon Tate, who's 8 months pregnant, that got her baby cut out of her stomach by the family, and her husband Roman Polanski, like I've said 1,000 times, a million times, who's not allowed in the U.S., who fled to France because he admitted to fucking a 13-year-old, so happened to coincidentally not be there when his wife, Sharon Tate, was stabbed to death and had her 8-month fetus ripped out of her stomach. So that happened the next year after we landed on the moon, I guess. So that's nice. The summer of love, baby. We also had JFK shot in that same decade. We had all these weird things going on in the 60s, man. We had peer review finally become something. I think Robert Maxwell started coming out with the textbooks. I have one actually, funny enough, it's holding up my mic right now as a stand. I have a Maxwell or McGraw-Hill anatomy and physiology book under here that I used for school when I was at U of A studying medicine, and that is a Maxwell created textbook. So Robert Maxwell, Ghislaine Maxwell's dad, is the one that I was studying for school. I don't even know if all right. The still young fear of 2026 could be similarly redeemed as soon as February 6th. The crew of Artemis 2 is set to head moonward. It will certainly not spell the first human expedition to the moon, but it will be the first since 1972 when the crew of Apollo 17 came home. The Apollo moon program was canceled, and the translunar trail went dark. This is hilarious. I don't even know if I want to even go through this. I mean, there's a lot of slop and psyop fucking bullshit. I don't want to flood my brain in. It's taken a while to indoctrinate myself regarding our biggest accomplishment as a country, thanks to Bart Cybrell. Yeah, I mean, I'm not. I mean, moon swing. Here's the new hardware and flight path that NASA will use for the first time since Apollo to get a crewed test flight around the moon again. All right. I mean, blah 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 blah. I don't care about all these people. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Actually, I'm not gonna read all this. This is just too much slop. I'd have to read this. I mean, I don't. All right, here. Let's talk about SpaceX because that's being brought up. Let's see. Artemis astronauts will use 2 vehicles to execute a lunar landing, a mothership to orbit the moon and re-enter Earth's atmosphere, and a lander to take 2 of the 4 astronauts down from an orbit to the lunar surface. In 2021, NASA awarded Elon Musk's retard-ass SpaceX the contract to build the lander and cut the company a $2.89 billion check to get the work done. It's funny how all of his funding comes from the government too. That's another reason to believe he didn't found these companies, when every piece of funding or subsidies he gets are always government contracts, which means that the government's probably funding Elon Musk, using him to fund their own projects that would otherwise be illegal. So I mean, this is just. Musk responded colorfully. Sean Dummy is trying to kill NASA. He posted on X, the person responsible for America's space program can't have a 2-digit IQ, but SpaceX quickly fell in line. In November, the company posted a lengthy Artemis update on its website describing the R&D milestones it had already achieved on the way to completing the Starship lander and offering reassurance that work on the project was indeed proceeding apace. At the same time, Blue Origin, the space company owned by Amazon founder, Nepo baby face of the company, Jeff Bezos, whose dad was part of the creation of DARPA, and I think his grandpa was like one of the largest farmland owners of all time, submitted a proposal to NASA that included plans for its Blue Moon Mark 1 lander, a vehicle that is supposed to have an uncrewed test flight to the moon atop Blue Origin's New Glenn rocket sometime this year. I wonder if that one looks as much like a dick as the first one. Disgusting. Also in the hunt is Lockheed Martin, the prime contractor for Orion spacecraft, which is proposing an accelerated plan to build a lunar lander cobbled together from hardware already in existence. We call it Design for Inventory. Rob Chambers, Lockheed's senior director for human spaceflight strategy, told Time in October. We're sitting down with the industry partners and saying not what part I can order out of your catalog, but what serial number exists today, even if it's on another spacecraft. So all the defense military contracting companies, the military industrial complex, are the ones that are going to be leading this. That's hilarious. They're going to psyop you and then tell you there's fucking aliens that we have to go and fight wars against, and that we need to fight them as a global species. And then they'll put a fucking hologram that dupes all the vaccinated nanobot containing retards and the poisoned freaks that are in a continuous state of excessive cortisol release. These people will all freak out and believe it's true, and now we fell prey to Project Bluebeam, and now we're under a global control of the cabal, in which is their ultimate goal. So I mean, this will be this whole mission will be used to say aliens are real and say, don't worry about the trafficked kids in the whatnot. Don't worry about that. Okay, well, where are the aliens interdimensional? Or are they going to tell you it's from space where they can't even go at the moment? Or are they going to, or what? Are we going to know that they're creating like weird hybrid humanoid shit that could be alien as well? We don't know what the fuck they're doing with these eugenics and transhumanist research facilities like Zora Ranch. Also, what about like these DUMBs, these deep underground military bases where apparently like kids are still being rescued? I don't know. Kids born down there don't see the day of light. They're like rat mole kids that just get trafficked and put into the network of sacrificial victims who are never in the system anyway because they were born in a deep underground military base. I don't know what the fuck's going on with these DUMBs and these mole kids and these and Trump's supposed like saving of them. But yeah, I mean, all right, that's it for that fucking that good. We're going to the moon. We're going to the moon. We're gonna traffic kids there now that they know about us. That's what they. All right, this one seems a little bit more interesting. Let's see. Time Leading Minneapolis by Julia Taruso, The Siege of an American City. All right. Fucking. Oh, here's Jacob Frey. Here's the fucking faggot that was kneeling at George Floyd's casket with a COVID mask on, crying his eyes out, snot rolling down and out of his mask, as if he really gave a fuck about him. Oh, is this about Alex Preddy? Okay. Oh my God. Okay. Let's see. The occupation of Minneapolis, scenes from a city under siege. All right, the occupation from who? The Somalis, Jews, or fags? I mean, by ICE. Okay, I mean, who the fuck is occupying it? There's Renee Good, the fucking career poet from Canada that had a kid in daycare, probably getting watched by Somalis while she was busy getting fucking shot. Not saying that was right, but like you wonder why this shit happens, bro. You know. I mean, your fucking dyke partner over here. I mean, drive off. Minneapolis is deep into its brutal winter, but the city is anything but still. I mean, why can't any of the immigrants speak English either? That's funny. Look at all the protesters. Like, what do you see? All white, educated women with no kids, no husband, and that probably smell like cat piss and have toxoplasmosis and are, ready to stab you in the neck when you tell them it's you don't really like the idea of them, glorifying them killing their babies. But here's Jacob Frey. What does he have to say? What does he have to say that it doesn't involve him dancing like a Somali and mocking them and, being a deviant butt fucker in his free time? Frey, 44. That's funny. Frey's 44 years old in this article. It had to tell you that. In his third term as mayor of Minneapolis, a tenure marked by an almost unfathomable series of tragedies. 2 years after he took office, COVID crippled the city's downtown. Then came George Floyd. The fucking Floydians, bro. George Floyd. Then came George Floyd's overdose. That's what it should say. And but it says George Floyd's murder by a Minneapolis cop, catalyzing protests and riots, a painful fight over police reform, and a depletion in the department's ranks. Last June, 2 Democratic state legislators in Minneapolis suburbs were shot along with their spouses in what authorities called an act of targeted political violence connected to Chinese boy Tim Waltz. In August, 2 children were killed and more than a dozen others were injured in a shooting at a school mass at the city's Annunciation Catholic Church by a tranny, disgusting creature. Which didn't happen. Rhode Island, the fucking dad that transitioned, shot his family, and then killed himself. This fucking despicable. The current immigration and customs enforcement occupation was preceded by a scandal involving the defrauding of social service programs that put the city under the MAGA movement's microscope, which many, including Frey, believe figured in the Trump administration's decision to make Minneapolis the focus of larger federal immigration enforcement deployment in American history. Frey is at the center of it all, caught between a president who cast him as a radical leftist. He is a radical leftist, defying federal authority in a progressive city of 430,000 that wants him to do more to resist the immigration crackdown and regain control. I first met Frey on an icy Wednesday morning as he dropped his 2 girls off at daycare. The mayor helped his 5-year-old daughter step carefully along a frozen sidewalk as he in her carrier. It's often one time of the day he gets to see his kids, and he lingers inside with them for a few minutes before wishing them a good day. Frey is a Minneapolis transplant, a former professional distance runner from Virginia. He fell in love with the city's trails and lakes and moved there in 2009 to practice employment and civil rights law. In 2011, he helped organize the first big gay race. Anyone organizing that, you are fucking demented. It's not okay to, want to tell everyone that you like putting your dick where feces comes out of and, rip each other's assholes apart and spread disgusting, only animal-like diseases with each other. I mean, this is a big gay race. A charity event to raise money for marriage equality. No one's telling you can't get married, you fucking faggots. Stop adopting kids. Disgusting. If you want kids, have your own. 2 years later, he was elected to the city council. He didn't have a legacy here, and council member Leanna Palmisano, an ally of the mayor's. He always had to be his own self-made man. Frey campaigned as a unifier, pledging to mend the city's divisions and becoming the second youngest mayor in Minneapolis history and second Jew. Fucking Jews, and they all huge gay population, huge pedophile population in Tel Aviv. And second Jew to hold the office. Colleagues saw a leader with boundless energy and a desire to talk to people who disagreed with him. No. What about if they're anti-Semitic? Oh my God. I mean, so is this just about Jacob Frey, this fucking pussy? After the meeting with city officials, Frey visits the 24 Somali Mall, a shopping center filled with vendors. Many of them citizens who've lived here for decades, selling everything from rugs to electronics to tax services. You're gonna, yeah, dude, come here, dude. Your big ass forehead must mean you have a big ass brain. Come do my taxes, you voodoo practicing freaks. What the fuck? You're gonna. These days, it's about 50% vacant. Yeah, because it's fraud. And, dozens of immigrant business owners are too fearful to go to work. Others have shuttered shops because of decreased foot traffic, but as word spread the mayor was paying a visit, Frey was swarmed. People called his name and grabbed his arms, sharing a chorus of concerns. No one is coming. People are scared. When will they leave? We're working on it, Frey tells them as he buys tea and samosas. Minnesota is the largest Somali community in the U.S., and Frey has worked to integrate himself. He's picked up some of the language. What is that? What is the language? Fucking barking at each other like the Whitakers. His older daughter can count to 5 in Somali. Oh my God, good. That's gonna really help you when we have to do very, important intelligence work in their fucking crater of a city. I mean, what the fuck? His older daughter can count to 5 in Somali. He bristles at what he sees as the precipitating reason for Operation Metro Surge, the sprawling scandal in which, as of January, 64 people, most of whom are of Somali descent, have been convicted of taking state and federal funding for phony social service programs. Okay. This is hilarious. This is. Yeah, so I mean, okay, here, made in China. There's Tim Waltz's art. That's probably his article. Is that it? I think. All right, so that's Times issues this year. They have we're going to the moon, and Jacob Frey is someone that we should look up to. So we should look up to Hollywood staged moon landings and gay Jew mayors who would rather, learn Somali than integrate Somalis into learning fucking English. And also that comes from a guy that actually is sexually attracted to buttholes and feces. So right off the bat, I don't care what you do behind closed doors, but if you normalize that, then I can't take you as like a serious person or a normal thinking person. Sorry. If you're crying over the casket of a fucking dude, a black dude, a porn star, a drug addict, a wife beater that overdosed and you called it a murder, if you're leaning over his casket, sobbing tears with a COVID mask on, with snot coming out of it, you're pathetic. You're pathetic. You're pathetic. Get in there and fucking lay with him then. So yeah, let's see. That might come in. Yeah, what, hour 35? I don't know if I have too much more. Let's see. No, I mean. Yeah, I mean, not too much more. Still going through like all the bookshelves and things that can be connected to this whole scandal revolving around this Epstein character. Very, very weird character. The new shit's out every day. New shit is out every day. And what are you gonna do? At this point, if you're not keeping up, you're just gonna, it's gonna be harder and harder to look at what's real and what's not. Let's see. Share. Okay, so going live with redacted news shortly starts at 4 p.m. ET. Oh shit. Fucking Whitney went live today. Damn, I'll have to watch that. Okay, President Trump says he may declassify the alien files. Obama revealed classified information. Doocy. Barack Obama said aliens are real. Have you seen any evidence of non-human visitors to Earth? Yeah, that reptilian fuck. Uh, the reptilian fucks that are, the one eating the babies, eating feces out of kids' intestines. They came from somewhere. This is fucking a joke. Look at Jesse Michaels, op ass mother. Never thought we'd end up in this timeline, but I'm all for it. Okay, dude. Okay, dude. Nice studio. How do you get that studio? How do you get Rogan on your shit? How do you? Jesse Michaels is op. Sorry. Should I call in? Should I call in and go? Should I call in to Sam Hyde dating stories? What are your cold active for lonely guys? Sound off with your dating problems. Yeah, I mean I could. Let's see. Should we call this? Let's see.
The subscriber you have dialed is unavailable. Please leave your message at the tone. When you have finished, hang up or press the pound sign for more options.
Not many dating stories that I could give, given that haven't dated in a while. Don't have any cold approach tactics. Maybe you should hit up fucking claviculars, uh, dumbass or Andrew Tate. They'll really help you. Sign up for Hustlers, and I'll tell you what, cold approach tactics. Go to Hustlers University or whatever the fuck it is, and they'll tell you how to do that. They'll tell you how to pull people like Michaela Peterson, and those types. I don't have any advice for lonely guys, so I guess the only thing I can really, give any, um, discussion towards is sounding off of my dating problems, because I guess that actually is definitely very existent. So what? Well, you got dating apps with those suck, where I mean essentially the first I mean they could work, I can definitely see that, but also the first interaction on a dating app can be an interaction full of lies. So even if the dating app worked and the fucking first interaction you had with someone was built on lies, even if it turned out to result in a relationship, well, that's weird. That like, well, essentially to get into the position of the relationship, lies were said to begin with, which is made so easy on a dating app, which um, which so many people seem to be on. Now you can go, I mean, people are still drinking and going out to bars and, I guess going to other places around, any city, bookstores, restaurants, whatever it is. So you can meet someone out, out and about as well, but like everyone just expects to go into small talk and talk about how good the fucking weather was, and I'm sitting here going, okay, yeah, that's I mean, when okay, so when are we going to talk? You got to get right into things now with dating. Essentially, I want to know, like, well, are you vaccinated? Because that's a non-negotiable. do you have or do you want kids? Those types of things. I don't want to talk about politics and theater and the fucking weather, especially when I'm looking up and I see huge white lines that resemble God doing fucking fatty lines up there, snorting his fucking ass off. So, I mean, I start to, that's my problem, I guess, with dating. If I don't use the online realm, which I don't really like, and I meet someone randomly, out and about wherever the fuck I'm at, I immediately get into talking about, non-negotiables, and the small talk's retarded. And I don't know. There's also I don't know. Trying to retard max though. I guess that's the way to go. I guess that would be my best. I mean, the best cold approach tactics would be to retard max and go with Elijah Long's advice. But I don't know. Kind of just a little rant. But my problems are just jumping into non-negotiables when you first meet, because is there really even time anymore? I'm 27, and well, with fertility on the fucking heavy decline, it's yeah, less and less time each year to keep the offspring and the gene line going. And so, yep, peace. So, all right, yeah, fuck. Sorry, I was just scrolling for live. All right, well, that's probably gonna be a, yeah. that call was on. That was actually a live with me calling into Sam Hyde's show, but I don't think the lines were open anymore unless they're taking voicemails that they're gonna read later. But I think it was more of like a live call in. Well, I mean, fuck. I don't know what else. There's not much more. I think that's gonna be it, to be honest. On YouTube, I'm about to watch this Derp with Kerp and Mark Passio. It's still going, so that's fire. Oh shit. Iran. What's going on with Iran? Anything or no? I hope we fuck Iran up soon, and that's not because I want us to decimate and take over Iran and regime change them. It's because I want them to fucking attack Israel in response. So. Leslie Wexner's attorney during his deposition says, "I will fucking kill you if you answer another question with more than 5 words." That's what his lawyer said to him. So Lex Wexner needs to stop, I guess. Well, plead the fifth and shut the fuck up, old man, because you're guilty. If you say more than 5 words, you're gonna fuck us in the ass like the kids that you had fun with on Epstein's Island, and all the fucking people you trafficked through your Victoria's Secret brand.
Give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
Absolutely. reporter please swear in the witness?
Will you raise your right hand for me, please?
Yeah, I mean, that's it. That's all I can do today. I mean, I don't see anything with Iran. I wish. I mean, let's see. I mean, okay, so no Iran news. I have no clue what's going over there. All right. Well, that's gonna be it then. Fuck it. Yeah. I guess until next time, I will, you know, be on the lookout for, Nancy Guthrie while I'm in Tucson. But other than that, peace.